Hi, welcome back to the third episode of the Pop Culture Podcast. We are, to date, still the Soda Boys, I believe.
Yeah, we haven't had any conflicts as of yet.
Can't imagine why not, but
Yeah.
yep. So we're here today. We actually have not.
Wait, Brian,
picked-
Brian.
Yeah?
Again, you've forgotten.
What have I forgotten?
You introduce yourself.
Right, I'm Brian Lint.
I'm Jonathan Dwan.
And welcome to the podcast again.
This is the third time in a row, Brian.
God damn it! One day I'll remember to tell you who the fuck you're listening to.
One of these days. So, Brian, again, you've brought us an interesting soda.
Yeah. This one. Today we have. This is a Swamp Pop soda. Swamp Pop's Satsuma Fizz. I am unfamiliar with this one. This is a first. It's a soda I've never had before.
Is this a twist off?
Yeah, it's a twist off. So it's just.
All right.
Oh, that's a tough twist off.
Ooh, yeah, you're right. Ooh. Look at that steam coming up.
Gosh darn. Yeah, this is gonna shred my hand opening this.
No, you need me to do it?
I just got it.
Oh, you
Thank
got it.
The old shirt trick.
Wow.
Okay, first impressions. That is mild.
Yeah. Let's put it on ice now.
Yep. Very fizzy as
Not as fizzy as the last one, I believe.
True. Compared to cheer wine, this is not that fizzy.
I can pour this at a moderate rate.
Yeah.
Chills nicely.
Very, very, very true.
Again, mutes the flavor, but this time I don't mind it.
Yeah. Let's see. The temperature difference brings out the flavor enough that it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what Satsuma is.
So this is Swamp Pop Satsuma Fizz.
Yeah. Oh, there is a we have flavor text on the back. So here back reads as follows: made with pure Louisiana cane sugar, GMO free, caffeine free. Satsuma Fizz. If you find yourself in Louisiana's Livingston Parish, head south on Cane Market Road and you'll run right into Satsuma, Louisiana, a town named after the plump, sweet Satsuma, a favorite snack in South Louisiana. Devoted fans, and those fortunate enough to have a Satsuma tree in their yard, wait all year long to snap them off the branch and taste the sweet, aromatic fruit. Swamp Pop Satsuma Fizz captures the experience of this popular Louisiana citrus fruit and can be experienced all year round. DrinkSwampPop.com. There we go. Contains no fruit juice. Natural colors may fade or separate. Yeah, so that's, let's take a look at that. Yeah, it's cane sugar sweetened, natural flavors.
Does not say artificial flavors.
Yeah, no artificial flavors. No fruit juice, but the flavor is real, so it must have just been distilled or from concentrate or something.
Interesting.
Well, someone who's never tried a Satsuma, citrusy. I definitely get the citrusy. I don't even know how to approach this. This is not like anything I've had before.
It's like Sprite.
Yeah, Sprite, like a fruity Sprite. They've actually got some fruit variants of Sprite. This is a little similar to that. I think a little smoother than that though.
Like a clementine.
Yeah, clementine. This, if you know what a clementine tastes like.
It's a small citrus fruit.
Yes.
Very similar to a tangerine.
Easy to peel, easy to eat. This tastes similar to that. Little different. Wow, that is. There's like a not quite a poppiness to it, but it really, the flavor like perks up at first. Doesn't change all that much, but it's really, it's crisp. It kind of comes in. What do you think about that?
Well, I am very preferential to citrus flavors, so I quite enjoy this one.
That's good. Yeah, I was actually hoping to find some citrus flavors to have you try out, and seeing that you actually are more experienced in them than I am.
Well, I'm not more experienced. I just like them more. I wouldn't call myself experienced. But if I have the option between something to be citrus and something to be not, I'm gonna pick citrus.
Understandable. No, citrus is good. It makes a good soda.
It's nice, crisp, refreshing, like you said before.
Yeah. You know what? It's almost like tangerine with a hint of grapefruit thrown in there. I'm almost getting that. There's like, if you really if you take a little bit over your tongue, you can kind of get a very faint tartness to it.
I gotta disagree with you there. I don't. Like, maybe I'm mistaking the mildness for tartness.
No, actually, you might be right. Let's see. Is my tongue playing tricks on me right now? Let's.
You know, you did just have Necco wafers.
Oh yeah, I'm eating sour Necco wafers because I've never had sour Necco wafers before either.
Combined with the soda you never had, maybe your tongue is playing a few tricks on you.
That's true. This is in no way a controlled experiment. We are awful scientists.
That we are.
We didn't even wash these cups out from the previous drink.
What are you talking about? These are new cups. This is a new week.
Brand new cups, brand new week. Yeah. What am I talking about?
We don't record these back to back.
There's no way that we produce these in batches. That's not unreasonable.
Terrible.
These are live. We're recording them right now, actually.
Coming to you from WBEZ Chicago.
This is 108.6, The Fizz.
I've always wanted to run and operate a pirate radio station.
Let's do it. They're abandoning FM for digital anyway. No one's gonna give a shit.
No, but you still have to the FCC. You gotta get a license.
Yep.
The damn government and their regulations trying to take away my broadcasting signal channels.
I just want to put out bad music and commentary.
I just want to put out copyright music without attributing the authors.
No, I'll do my own cover versions.
Oh my god. Recently there's this documentary series.
Yeah.
Called Chris Chan. Sorry, not. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like Chris Chan, Comprehensive History or something like that. It's made by this guy named Gino Samuel. He has a YouTube channel called Gino Samuel 2. He covers Chris Chan and his various goings on, and I believe there's 11 parts out as of recording this.
Interesting.
And I believe... sorry, this is a long tangent. I'll get to my...
No, I want to hear it.
This wraps back to music. He's about to cover one of the most interesting points of Chris's life, in my opinion, the Liquid Chris saga, where an imposter claiming to be Chris Chan uploads videos, and the original Chris, Solid Chris, gets very angry, and they have a sing-off. And one of the songs is a cover, or not a cover, a parody. Well, not even really a parody. It's just a rewording of the lyrics of the song "I Want It That Way."
Oh yeah,
by the Backstreet Boys.
I am familiar with that one.
Is it the Backstreet Boys?
I actually don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those '90s boy bands.
Yeah, it is one of those '90s boy bands, but the song is "I Want It That Way."
Mm-hmm.
And Chris has reworded the lyrics, so instead of "I Want It That Way," the lyrics are "So Need a Cute Girl."
What?
I'll show you the music video after this.
Yeah, I feel like I need some context on that.
No, but those are the songs I want to be playing on my pirate radio station.
Just really awkward, different versions. Not technically the same ones.
Yeah, like
fair use.
The Nightcore Soviet anthem.
Oh, what is it? The Nightcore Gregorian chant Cotton Eye Joe dubstep remix. How does that one go?
I don't know, but just like add Nightcore in front of everything. Just speed it up to 120 beats per minute and have a high pitched anime girl voice.
Just I want to play a Nightcore vaporwave.
I want to play lo-fi hip-hop beats to study to.
This is your co-host, Anime Girl, with lo-fi hip-hop beats to study to.
With a gif of her like twirling a pencil and writing stuff down on loop or something.
Yep. Oh, man. Getting tangentially back on track, I'd say this is a pretty nice, refreshing soda here. It's very light.
As it warms up and as the ice melts, I can regain some of the flavor.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think that the way to drink this is not with ice, but to have it chilled.
I agree. You'd want to pull this out of the refrigerator right when
Yes.
you're drinking it. This is definitely lighter than the one other Swamp Pop we've tried. Off microphone, we recently drank a Swamp Pop praline soda, a praline cream soda. That was very heavy but very flavorful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not quite as flavor forward, but this doesn't just like sit on your tongue. This doesn't overwhelm you immediately.
Yeah, this is nice, crisp. I could see myself drinking too many of these.
It's a good point. It's similar to very many citrus fruits in that you don't realize how much you've drunk. I've already drunk most of my cup already.
Yeah, and we're still on the first point of taste.
Yeah, taste. Let's see. I'm gonna have to slow down. Let's see here. Taste. It's very refreshing, but it is also mild. I mean, you can definitely taste a citrus fruit. I'm not familiar with what a Satsuma tastes like on its own, so I can't speak for the authenticity of this flavor. But I would say it's a very nice flavor. It's one that I would recommend drinking. I'd give this a solid. I might have to give this another 8. I think this is a pretty good one. We've been lucky so far with the ones we've grabbed. Anything you'd have to say? Agree? Disagree?
I agree. I definitely agree with this.
Yep. Okay. So solid 8 on taste. Not a whole lot to say on that. It's a very simple flavor. It's a really nice flavor though. I mean, I sometimes I want a more complex flavor, especially when it's fruitier. But this one, no, they just kind of nailed it.
And if you look at the ingredients, very simple.
Yeah. Okay. We can read them off right now. It's just carbonated water, cane sugar, natural flavors, citric acid, sodium benzoate, your standard preservatives, potassium sorbate preservative, sunflower oil, and beta carotene for color.
Very simple.
Yeah, very simple. That's for a soda made in America. That's quite simple. And that simplicity really helps tie into the next factor here of smoothness. Very simple usually means very smooth, and it is pretty smooth here. It's not quite syrupy smooth, but it's almost like if you've had like a nectar fruit soda or fruit juice.
It smells like how a honeysuckle, or it tastes like how a honeysuckle smells.
Yes.
I know
Yes.
that's a very very subjective thing to say.
Yeah, no, but I was actually thinking about the word honey came to mind, not for the taste of honey, but the way honey smells.
Yeah.
So that's actually really accurate. If you've ever drunk peach nectar, not so much the flavor of peach, but just the way the flavor aromates around your mouth and the way it kind of propagates itself in your mouth.
Oh
It's
my
very
God, I'm
similar to
out.
that. Oh, you're out?
Yeah, no, I love this so much. It's just
Yeah.
down the entire thing.
You know what? I might have to up that flavor to a 9. And this is totally subjective, obviously, but
I'm out. I love this.
yeah,
This is a pretty good drink.
yeah,
I have to, after we're done recording, you're gonna have to
yeah,
point me in the right direction.
exactly. Yeah, skipping ahead to the very end. Yes, we would recommend this.
Yes.
So
No. 100%. I would recommend this.
spoiler alert. It's good.
It's really good.
Yeah. But yeah, smoothness. I gotta go really high on smooth as well. Probably another 9 for the smooth.
Definitely.
Yeah, that just it's like drinking slightly syrupy water. It goes down easy. There's nothing to stop you from drinking like 2 of these in a row. Drinkability, also very high. Drinkability, I gotta think about that for a sec. We did eat a pretty substantial lunch relatively recently, so I'm keeping that in mind when I feel how it's in my gut. Also, I can't burp. Just a little reminder. So,
Yep, this is the daily reminder.
Brian Lint cannot burp. But drinkability, also very high. Again with the smoothness, I would give this another 9. This is a dark horse sleeper hit right here. Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, 9 out of 10 on drinkability. I'm not feeling any of the cane sugar stickiness on my teeth I felt on some simple sodas, because they didn't just front load this with sugar to make it super sweet.
The flavor is very muted.
Yeah, it's not there to hit you in the face with fruit flavor. It's there to be like, this is a really refreshing drink that is flavored like a fruit. Wow, yeah, I was not expecting this. This is really good. Yeah, my overall, I'm gonna. I don't have this as an overall score very often. I might have to go all the way up to a 9 out of 10 on this. It's not what I'd call perfect. I don't think perfect is easy to find, but this is one of the most solid overall sodas I've had in a long time.
Especially considering the again to reference the other Swamp Pop we had.
Yeah,
This is
a polar opposite of Swamp Pop Praline Cream. That one tasted like you put a pie in a blender.
Oh boy, no.
In the best way, but
Yeah.
it was really heavy.
It's like fresh out of the oven.
Yeah.
Slightly warm.
It's one of those sodas where even if it's slightly cold, the flavor makes it taste warm.
It smelled like, oh boy. When I had a sniff of that, it was as strong as Monster. That's like my
Totally different palate, but yes, the strength of an energy drink.
yes.
Yeah, kind of oppressive almost. But again, not bad, just a lot of it. Very
Yes.
heavy. Very heavy. Yeah, I'm out too. This is normally I try and pace myself on these, but this goes down too easy almost. This is like the Long Island iced tea of sodas.
This is dangerous.
Mm.
Oh boy.
Wow, I can't believe I never had one of these before. I have some friends that I will be recommending this to.
Yeah, no, I'm buying this in bulk.
That's the one you're gonna keep in your bunker.
Yeah.
When we were drinking Swamp Pop, I pointed out that the one time I saw Cloverfield Lane with John Goodman as the crazy prepper guy with the bunker. And there's a scene in his back cellar basement. And you can see stacks and stacks of cases of Swamp Pop just on shelving. So apparently he liked it. But yeah, if it was this Satsuma Fizz, I don't blame him. It's really good. I know I've said that, like we both just said, it's good over and over again,
Yeah.
but I don't think we can really stress how much we enjoy this. We have never had it before until this moment, so that's why our thoughts are just kind of like, drink it. Oof, because yeah, this is the first time that we've never had this before ever. I think you were familiar with Baja Blast before drinking Baja Blast, right?
Yes, I was.
Yeah,
And you were familiar with
I knew Cheerwine. I knew what I was talking about with Cheerwine for the most part because I've had that for a couple of years now. But this is one I've never tried before. Oh, sorry if my voice gets a little high pitched. That's or changed though. That's my body telling me I need to burp, but my body also telling me you can't burp. Wow, that went faster than we thought. This is delicious.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. In other news, I've also got a roll of sour Necco wafers in front of me.
Ah, yes.
Never tried these before. There's let me see what the flavors were. Instead of your standard Necco flavors, which I'm blanking on at the moment, but I know they include clove and licorice. This one has watermelon, wild berry grape, sour apple, lemon, my personal favorite, extreme tangerine, and blue raspberry.
Well, you know, because that one went so fast, you did bring another.
I did. We could do a second one.
We could.
You're gonna get a special double episode.
Yeah, three episodes in, and we're already breaking tradition.
Yep, here we go. Thank you very much.
Put these down here, and what will our second drink be?
Second drink for today is, I gotta get the pronunciation of this right. So, they call it A81, but the way it's spelled is the word ale, the number 8, and then a small little 1 written to the side, all in one word. So if you look at it, it's like LA1, so it doesn't really make sense, but they have in quotes above it, a late one, which is clever, because it's supposedly a ginger ale. Again, never tried this before, but I was at my local little hardware store that just happens to have a wall of crafted novelty sodas in it. And I saw this, and they had a lot of it, so I grabbed it. The label here says it's a crisp, clean, real ginger with a hint of citrus.
Let's get some more ice in our cups.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Oh, wrong way.
Oh, yeah. I have one of those old fancy ice things. It's got a little...
Oh, there's like not much ice left.
Oh, boy. Here, I'll take whatever's left.
If I wanted to make the pronunciation more clear, I think I would have added a hyphen in between ale 8 and 1.
Yeah, although in their defense, according to the label, this has been around since 1926, and I doubt they've changed anything about their label since then, except the ingredients. Oh, they have flavor text. Oh, okay, here we go. I'm already liking this. It says on the back, best of the bluegrass in green glass. I don't know about you, but I enjoy bluegrass music. So here we go. In 1926, my great-great-uncle Lee introduced a ginger and citrus soft drink like no other at the Clark County Fair. From that day on, the indescribable taste of this bluegrass favorite would be known as a late one, or the latest thing. 4 generations later, I still blend the secret recipe from Uncle Lee's handwritten notes. Open one yourself and taste the tradition. Signed, Fielding Rogers, 4th generation owner.
And in case you would like to know the secret recipe, it is as follows. Carbonated water, real sugar, corn
Interesting.
Both real sugar and corn sweetener.
That is a first for me.
Glycerin, ginger, natural and artificial flavors, citric acid, sodium benzoate, phosphoric acid, caramel coloring, and caffeine.
Okay, and for those only semi-familiar with ingredients here in North America, that's a pretty standard amount of ingredients in a soda, especially one that's glass bottled and not mass-produced. But yeah, and it's another twist stuff. We're going to give this... Oh, this one's a little easier to open. Ooh, yeah, look, the vapor's coming out.
Oof.
Ooh, first sniff.
Smells like ginger ale?
Yeah, smells like a ginger ale with fruitness. Actually, you know what it smells? It reminds me of some gummy bear. Like some gummies that I've had in the past.
I'm going to have a little sip before we put on the ice.
Good thinking.
Yeah, that's ginger ale.
Yeah, that is...
With
Nice
a little
one,
extra.
too. Yeah. Okay, I can't wait to get this chilled because I think I have some thoughts on this one, and they're good.
What is that chilledness? What is... Yeah, no, there's...
Gotta wait for the temperature to acclimate a little bit here, but... Ooh, we have another one where this is not particularly aggressive in its
very
flavor.
mild, yeah.
Yeah, they're not trying to hit you over the head. This is... Which makes sense, because this is something that they were going to serve at a county fair. You want it to be refreshing, something that they'll come back to and get another one.
That,
like
with a hint of citrus part, is especially accurate.
Yes, this is not like citrus ginger ale, like when you get one of those special Canada Dry flavors. This is...
Yeah, I'm sipping it without ice to actively try to find that citrus, and I can't.
I think what I'm thinking it's doing is it's there to smooth out the ginger flavor. Because
ginger does have a burn to it.
Yeah, ginger's got a burn. I can barely drink most ginger beers because they're too spicy for me. Ginger ales are good because they kind of...
Yeah, the sweetness cuts it.
Yeah, the sweetness cuts it. But this is like a ginger ale.
It's not very sweet. It depends on that hint of citrus to cut the heat instead of the sugar, which I've never had before, but I like it.
I would not have been able to place the sugar and corn sweetener combo.
That is also another interesting choice.
Yeah, I probably would have thought that this was just sugar.
It doesn't have the graininess of sugar.
No, that's a really good one, because a lot of cheaper sodas that they use cane sugar mostly to be able to say, hey, look, we use cane sugar. They usually go overboard on the cane sugar. It's not processed enough. It really just, it feels like they just put it in as a last-minute ingredient.
Oh, and another thing about North American ingredient labeling is that it's always the highest content of ingredient is first.
Yes. So
sugar is right before corn sweetener, implying there's more sugar than corn sweetener.
Good point. So the corn sweetener really, taken from that, it means it was added to soften the blow of the sugar, basically. And early 20th century, I think corn sweetener was still pretty new, right?
Yeah. Well, we also don't know how much of the recipe has changed with time.
True. I mean, the flavor text claims it was written from the handwritten notes, but, it's preservative requirements and whatnot, so it can't be exactly the same.
I don't think good old Uncle Lee here was putting phosphoric acid in his original.
No. Yep. Sodium benzoate, just like Mama used to use.
Yep.
Wow, this is good. Okay, I guess if we have to put some numbers on this.
Yeah, let's start with taste.
Taste. Let's see. Okay, so I enjoy ginger ale. It's not my favorite, but I enjoy ginger ale, and I would put this, without putting a number on it yet, I would put this above most of the ginger ales I've tasted. I would look at probably the lowest I'd give this is a 7, but I don't think I'd give it much higher than an 8. Because there's not a lot going on there, but it is just a really
it's a solid ginger ale.
Yeah. This is, in terms of execution, this is pretty great. So I think I'm gonna give that a low 8. It's a tentative 8 for now. If it changes, if my perception of this changes as it warms up a bit, I'll say. But for now, I'm gonna give this a tentative 8. Man, I'm gonna have to like actively find some bad sodas. It doesn't just sound like we're giving really good scores to everything.
Oh yeah. What?
I know I could probably find some bad ones.
I think you know what? We can just head over to Giant, get some Izzy.
Oh man, yeah, that's one you can find everywhere, but it's not the best.
No, I feel like it's.
That one's like a step above seltzer for me.
I think Izzy is just like a mom took some Sprite and was like, "This is too sugary for my child," and watered it down.
Oh yeah.
It's like 1/4 actual soda, 3/4 water.
If you're not familiar with Izzy, it's a bottled soda that you can find in most grocery stores, but also like some restaurants, like Noodles and Company carries it. Places like that.
Izzy has had a mixed reputation in this household because my sister had crap. What's that vestigial organ that you can get taken out?
Gallbladder?
No, not gallbladder. The gallbladder is one. Actually, gallbladder does have an appendix. Yeah, my sister had appendicitis, and she always associates her appendicitis with Izzy.
Oh yeah, that's a bad one.
Because I think right before she got the crippling pains, she was drinking a lot of it.
Yeah.
So she, to this day, thinks that Izzy gave her appendicitis.
I mean, yeah, that's a pretty brutal thing to go through after you've been drinking something.
So I'm not saying Izzy gave her appendicitis. I want to be clear. Don't sue us, Coca-Cola Company.
No allegations are being made.
I'm just saying my sister had appendicitis and was drinking Izzy at the same time, and she associates the two. This
is correlation, not causation. But just saying.
Just saying. Anyway, and they still sell the stuff, so clearly that might have been unless they changed the formula. Do we know?
We don't know. We don't know. I do want to also take a brief aside to comment on the packaging of this. I'm really digging it. If you caught my description earlier, it is in a green glass, similar shade to, I'd say, Heineken probably, old style green. They actually have their logo and the year 1926 embossed in the glass. So they went all out when it came to the actual bottle itself. Bottle cap, also very nice, has a stylized version of their name. A little misprinted though. You only see ale and 8.
The one is cut off.
Yeah, the little one's cut off. You only see the little nubbin at the top of the one. So it just looks like ale 8 on the bottle cap. It's a pretty simple bottle cap though. I've been collecting them since I was a little kid, and I'd be happy to see that one in my collection.
Oh wow, you're right. This does look a lot like Heineken.
Yeah. It is a very similar green for Heineken. The label itself is a slightly darker green.
I mean, it's even the same color palette.
Yeah. Oh yeah, with the white and the
white, red, green.
Green, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's just Heineken has gold in it, I think.
Yeah, so silver.
Silver.
A little more silver.
Okay, silver.
In Heineken, I believe.
Right.
Yeah. Both of these I'd drink on a hot day.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a brief little aside. I don't always talk about bottles because sometimes they go really generic on their bottles because it's not cheap to custom make your bottles. But I guess we can move on to smoothness and the balance now. This has come up already, but it's a fairly smooth drink for a ginger ale. Ginger ales, by definition, usually are not smooth. It's usually very fizzy. Usually very spicy,
very rough.
Yeah,
burn.
All the ginger in there. I mean, it's great when you have a stomachache, but not great when you're just looking for something for your sore throat. This one though, for smoothness, I'd probably give this. Let's see.
It's not the smoothest.
No, it's not the smoothest. I was looking at somewhere between a 6 or a 7 on smoothness. So a little above average, what I'd call the average of soda smoothness.
But for ginger ale, very smooth.
Yeah, for a ginger ale, it's above average. I think like comparing this to a Canada Dry or some other easily acquired ginger ale, this would be a little smoother. I definitely would put this as smoother. Yeah, it's also well balanced. Like we were telling you earlier, wherever that hint of citrus is, it's really good at taking the burn out of that ginger, and the corn and sugar combo really just rounds it out. Not a lot of like flavor progression in there. What you get in the first sip is mostly the same to the end. You get I'm getting a tiny hint of the bite at the very end. Not enough to hurt. It's like a tingle. Like
Yeah, I feel it too.
Yeah, it's normally you'd prefer the sharper bits to come in front and then have it get soothing at the end, but this one, it's just enough to remind you that you just drank a ginger drink. Barely. Like it makes you want to take another sip actually. That's probably a little dangerous. It makes me want to keep drinking it more. But I'm not gonna fault them on that because they made a drink that tastes so good. So yeah, I'd call that. I think I'll call that a 7. I think I'll go up from a 6 to a 7 because I think they got something good going on here. That brings us to drinkability, and the fact that we keep sipping between every sentence should probably tell you a little bit about that. Yeah, I enjoy it. What do you think?
Well, again, I'm very partial to citrus. I keep looking at the ingredients, and I don't know why, because I keep rereading the same two things.
Yeah.
Like artificial and natural flavorings and citric acid. Citric acid is what they add to a lot of food products to get that citrus.
Absolutely.
To get that citrus taste. To get that like sour punch.
Yeah.
But then the natural and artificial flavorings is what they use to like to make it distinguishable, like the difference between grapefruit and orange. And I'm just really struggling to figure out what is the citrus.
Yeah, I wish more recipes would state what natural and artificial flavors are used specifically. Not because I'm one of those people who's like, oh, I won't ever eat this, but more just because I'm really curious.
I mean, maybe we can...
Freedom of Information Act it.
Maybe we can go visit old Uncle Lee. What? He's dead.
Yeah, he's probably long dead.
Yeah.
We can visit, what's his name? Fielding Rogers.
This says bottled in Winchester, Kentucky.
That's not, I mean, that's the same time zone.
Yeah.
Figure that
technically.
out. Road trip. Yeah, so, I wish I knew exactly what's in there. But, drinkability, I guess if you just brought up a great little point, is if you're someone who wants to find the flavor in there, you are really, you want to keep drinking this.
You're gonna struggle, actually.
Yeah, I'm normally, I wouldn't say I'm all that great at it, but I can usually pick out what flavors are real versus artificial, and what sweetening agent was used. And let me tell you, this one really threw me for a loop. Man, I would love a hard candy that tastes like this. This is pretty good. I would enjoy a hard candy that has this flavor.
Yeah,
like
that,
if it was the same, good. Yeah, like the same color as the bottle, basically. I would eat that by the bag. Wow. But yeah, drinkability, I would put this at another, probably a 7. Because I get a little frustrated by not knowing what exactly I'm tasting, but it makes me want to drink it more. And I can't fault it for feeling a little bloated, because I literally just drank a full bottle of another soda, and that's just sitting on some Stromboli down there. So I'm taking that out of the equation for the moment, because usually ginger ale settles stomachs anyway.
I'd have to rate it lower for drinkability, honestly.
Okay.
I think there's enough of a burn to make me want to pace myself.
Yeah, that's a good point. What if you had to pick a number? What would you think of? Especially comparing it to the last one we just had.
I'd give it a 5.
5? Okay,
yeah, average. 5 is average.
5 is average. 5 is not a 50%. This is half good, half bad. 5 means it is average.
No, we're not going off the American school grading system. No,
this isn't a rating. This is we're judging on a curve here. Anything below 5 is bad, but 5 itself is perfectly acceptable.
Yeah, and in 4 it doesn't mean it's bad. It just means below average.
No, not to mention that all of these are both totally subjective and bigger parts of a whole.
Yeah, 5 is respectable.
Yeah, 5 is. You know what? 5, maybe a 6 if this was a little colder for me. But I'm gonna respect your 5 on that. I think that's a good call.
Like Sprite is my benchmark for a perfect 5 out of 10 soda.
Yeah, you know, yeah. If you've ever had a Sprite, this is about as drinkable as a Sprite.
Yeah.
Good, decent flavor, but you know, kind of burny, a little fizzy.
I don't think it's that fizzy.
Oh, I was thinking of Sprite.
Oh,
like,
Sprite, yes.
Sprite.
Yes,
It feels,
Sprite, very fizzy.
Yeah, you don't want to drink Sprite too fast. But this one, I think you could drink this. You probably want to drink this about the same rate as Sprite, maybe a little slower.
I feel betrayed by Sprite.
How so?
I always liked Sprite more than the other sodas because it came in a green bottle. And my favorite color is green.
Same.
So as a little kid, I'm like, I want Sprite.
Oh,
And
no.
and when I pour it out, it's like, oh, okay.
It's just boring,
white.
burny water.
Yeah. It's just spicy water.
Yep. No, yeah, I loved green too, and so I would drink Sprite as well when I had the chance. But it was always the forbidden fruit of Mountain Dew for me that I always
Ooh,
wanted.
now that's actually...
Yeah, my mom did not let me have that because I was a hyper kid.
Yeah, it reduces your sperm count. That is
sure,
a joke.
but-
I'm not sure if it actually does or doesn't.
It's one of those stories that's just so deeply ingrained in like every middle school kid.
It's that and Surge, I believe.
Yeah, I also heard it makes your dick smaller. It runs the gamut. I have the theory that those were actually created by parents that just wanted their kids to drink less soda.
I believe that.
But anyway, yeah, drinkability, solid 5 out of 10. I wouldn't stop drinking this. I wouldn't drink more than one in a row, probably. Not without like an hour in between. Like if it was really hot and there was a stand selling these, I would grab one, and then if I passed that stand again 2 hours later, I'd probably get a second one. But I don't see myself drinking more than 2 in one day, though. And I guess all that leaves is overall score. So we've given a lot of like 7s, 6s, 7s, and a 5 for this, I believe.
Yeah.
Maybe was it an 8 on flavor?
You said 7.
7, yeah, 7 on flavor. Yeah, so that's. And remember, that is not. I think this is only 70% of what it could be. That just means I think it is better than the majority of sodas. And
I'd give this one a solid 7.
Solid 7. I can agree with the 7. Again, I wish I had this a little colder because maybe that would make it an 8. But in terms of sodas that I want to drink, I'd give this a 7. Again, going back to what I've said in the past, caveat though that I would highly recommend it to anybody who's a ginger ale fan. The citrus, not so much, not as much as we thought there'd be. But the ginger, this is a really solid ginger ale.
That it is.
Yeah, I would drink this. If I wanted to settle my stomach, I would mix this in with something if it called for ginger ale. I think this is pretty solid. Oh. The burniness, coupled with my very full stomach, is the only reason why I haven't actually finished this drink before finishing the review. Normally, I've downed the last of it before I give a final score, but I actually had to pace myself.
Well, considering we just did come off a very good soda.
Yeah, we just
drank very fast.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, my stomach is gonna have some strongly worded complaints for the rest of my body.
Well, my brain is telling me I have to get more of this Satsuma Fizz.
Yeah. Well, where I get most of my sodas nowadays, I get them down at my local Ace Hardware. I can't speak for other Ace Hardwares because they're all independently owned and operated.
Are they?
Well, a lot of them are.
I thought they were a franchise.
They are, but they give the owners a deal of freedom. Like the one near us is actually called like Twins Ace Hardware.
Oh, because it's in the twin.
No,
it's not.
No, it's called that. It's literally called that because it's run by twins. There are two identical twins. I thought the same thing, but then I went to the website. Yeah. Just funny random facts about our area, guys. There's a local hardware store called Twins Ace Hardware, and it's called Twins because it's owned by a pair of twins.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yep.
I've been there so many times.
Yeah, but next time you go there, check the soda wall near the cash register. It's right behind all the candies. They have good stuff. They've got a lot of stuff that's always there. Some of their drinks rotate. This one I think is new because they had a lot of it. That one I've seen before. The one we just tried, the Satsuma Fizz, I've seen it before, but never picked it up. So that's a regular one there. Cheer wine's usually there. Diet cheer wine's usually there. It's got a lot of neat things there. A lot of neat things. The other place I'll go for sodas is way further out. It's about 45 minutes out, called Rocket Fizz. It's out in Leesburg, I believe, off Route 7. That is a wall-to-wall soda and candy shop. It's crazy.
I've heard good things about Rocket Fizz, but personally, I've never been there.
Yeah, like I said, it's a ways out. It's about a 90-minute round-trip commute just for soda, which is worth it for me only once every couple months.
Yeah.
But this was, you know what? This was 2 in a row that I am absolutely not mad at. I would get both of these again. I mean, that's Satsuma Fizz, definitely the winner for today.
Definitely.
By a long shot. Probably the best one we've reviewed so far, honestly. I mean, I love Mountain Dew Baja Blast. I love Cheerwine. I enjoyed this. But that's Satsuma Fizz. I'm going to have to make a personal note and put that on my list of sodas to look for and recommend.
Should we set up some kind of a King of the Hill bracket for these sodas?
You know, that's not a bad idea. I would love to do that.
I mean, let's retroactively apply the bracket.
Yeah.
So episode 1, we had, or not episode, I don't know what order these are going
the pilot.
out. So the pilot episode was Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Yes.
That by default gets the King of the Hill spot.
Yeah.
Because it's the first one.
Yeah.
So now it's Mountain Dew Baja Blast versus Cheerwine.
Cheerwine,
I think Mountain Dew keeps
probably.
the title.
Yeah,
right.
Fair enough.
So, okay, Mountain Dew, winner 2 weeks in a row.
Yes.
Okay, so now Mountain Dew versus Satsuma Fizz. Obviously, yes.
Satsuma Fizz.
Blows it out of the water.
Yeah, as a Mountain Dew fan, especially as a Baja Blast fan, Satsuma Fizz destroys Baja Blast.
I'd be interested to see what we think of Satsuma Fizz versus something like Mountain Dew Black Label.
Oh yeah, I would love to do a head-to-head episode where we literally have each drink set up and we take shots basically and figure it out. Because Black Label, that's one I will have on at some point. I want to do an episode dedicated to the whole run of the label series of Mountain Dew. For those unfamiliar, Mountain Dew does a $2 tall can called a label series. There's a black, white, and green label. Black Label has some berries in it. I forget exactly what it is. It's very, very tart, sweet, kind of a stronger flavor. White Label is a grape soda, but it's a white grape soda mixed with, I believe, grapefruit.
My favorite.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But then my personal favorite is the green label, which is green apple and kiwi, which you don't see very often. Like, green apple exists, but there's not really many kiwi sodas, and no one else mixes them together. But the 3 of them combined, taken as a whole, is probably the best Mountain Dew out there, is the label series. So you're right. I would love to compare the best of the label series to Satsuma Fizz.
And I guess that leaves Satsuma Fizz versus A81.
A81, yep. A81, solid, but not nearly enough to knock Satsuma Fizz off of the top spot. So, Swamp Pops, Satsuma Fizz, still King of the Hill. It's still the same episode, but we'll call that two episodes because this was a special double episode.
Yeah, I mean, man, we down that Satsuma Fizz so fast.
I haven't drunk a bottle that fast when reviewing it ever, I think. When I'm reviewing it, I try to go slow, figure out what I'm trying to say. No, this one's like, I gotta drink it.
Yeah.
It's too good. It's too good.
Oof. Well, I guess that about does it.
That's about it for this episode. Thanks for listening.
We've been the Soda Boys.
Soda Boys.
Name still
undetermined. We're leaning toward pop culture. A soda podcast, I think.
No, the podcast is called Pop Culture, and we are the Soda Boys.
Yeah,
unless that thing with the comic ends up causing conflict. I need to show you that, by the way, after.
Yes, indeed. I want to see that.
Maybe I'll link the subreddit in this episode later down the line. I don't know. I don't know how much of a following they have, and if we can just snipe the name from them.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of this in terms of copyright or
yes.
Intellectual property, where you can have 2 companies named the same thing, like Apple Records, Apple Computing, and Apple Bank, because they're in separate fields.
Absolutely.
Technology, banking, and music.
Absolutely.
They're, I assume, a webcomic, and we are a podcast. So I feel like Even though they're both internet-based mediums, I think we can get away with calling ourselves the Soda Boys.
A visual versus audio art forms. It's. I think there's a case there.
Yeah. But if the creator of the Soda Boys, who I need to look more into this. I have no idea what they are or what they do.
If somehow you're listening, we don't mean anything bad by this. I'm sure you're a very nice individual.
Or a group of individuals.
Yeah, or a group of individuals.
I don't know. I've just seen the subreddit and I didn't look too much into it.
We don't mean to step on any toes. So apologies if you thought that was the case.
But for now, we're gonna call ourselves the Soda Boys, hosting the Pop Culture Podcast.
Yes.
I've been your co-host, Jonathan Dwan.
And your other co-host, Brian Lynn.
And we hope to see you again next time.
Bye-bye.